Ninjago has been running for 9 seasons, and we have been introduced to many different things, including new characters, powers, realms, and many more. However, what about those things that had a heavy focus for a season and then were dropped? Hey everyone, Hfmasters here, and today we will be counting down our list for the top 5 dropped concepts. At the bottom of our list we have the Techno blades. Now this does make some sense, as these aren't really weapons and can only really hack into anything computer based. However, with that said, they still have some purpose. These could easily be used to create new vehicles for the ninja. Perhaps they could also be used in repairing Zane or Pixel as well, however that's a big stretch. They could also simply defeat viruses in a system. While I can see why they haven't been used, there are definitely times they would have been useful, which is why they take our number 5 spot. Moving along, we have one of the first concepts of Ninjago, and the first one to be dropped. The Tornado of Creation is a very powerful tool for the ninja, yet they dropped it after the first season. Now there is a reason why this was dropped, as the writers thought it was too powerful. However, it could still be kept in. First off, they could show what the disastrous consequence is. It could simply just blow up where they are, or perhaps not allow the ninja to tap into their elemental powers for some time. They could also make it so using it weakens them until they get time to recover. There is a lot of potential for this, and honestly, it's quite a shame that the writers have just decided to simply drop it instead of just creating limits to it. Next up is Airjitzu, which is something that was heavily focused on in Season 5. Sadly, after Day of the Departed, it wasn't used and it hasn't been mentioned since Season 7. Now again, I believe the writers have said it is too powerful, but come on, is it really that powerful? First off, it's not like you can soar over mountains with this. We already know there is a limit of how high you can go with Airjitzu, so why not use that limit? Make it so Airjitzu can be used, but don't make it overpowered. For example, in Season 9, make it so they can't Airjitzu over the mountain, but they can still Airjitzu over that broken bridge. Seems perfectly reasonable to me. Not to mention that this would be another useful tool to use in combat. Instead of always seeing Spinjitzu, they could use Airjitzu as well to trick their enemies. It's a very unique power that can easily be used effectively like Spinjitzu, but the writers simply just don't want that. Next up, we have the elemental powered dragons. Now this was introduced way back in Season 2, but since Season 7, we haven't seen them. Now to be fair, this has always been something we haven't seen being used frequently, but it's still an important power. Now this one is something I don't understand being taken away. They've made it so you have to completely concentrate on the dragon or you'll lose control of it, which is something we've actually seen happen quite often. These dragons would have been especially useful in Season 9, as theoretically the ninja could have used the elemental power dragons to cross back to Ninjago. However, they could always create limits to the elemental power dragons, stating only a real dragon could travel through realms. The elemental power dragons could also be used to help the ninja travel around faster, instead of continuously relying on things such as vehicles or the bounty. Overall, the dragons are something that have a strong potential to be used well, but as of now, it just seems that the writers really don't care for them. Before I move on to our number 1 spot, I would like to give an honorable mention to the elemental blades. While at the time these blades were really good, at this point it seems as if the ninja can do just about what the blades could do, so it does make sense that they have dropped them. Anyways, let's get back into the list. At number 1, we have probably the most overpowered thing yet. We have the ninja's true potentials, which we haven't seen any since Season 5. Now I can understand why they don't want the ninja to use these, but I see no reason why. We've seen the ninja use their true potential in minor ways, which could be useful, but we've also seen that when they completely use their true potential, they become extremely tired. This makes it so while a viable option, can only be used if the ninja are 100% sure it will save them, as if not they will be too tired to fight on. It's also a shame that they don't lightly use their true potentials. The ninja don't necessarily need to use it to the max. Perhaps we could see them use it slightly to help aid them in battle and give them an advantage, but also not completely drain them from their powers. I could imagine that being especially useful against villains with some type of power like Garmadon or the Sons of Garmadons, with the Oni masks, or perhaps we could see a return of the true potentials against the Oni themselves. Overall, true potentials are something very powerful that I would like to see used a little bit more, even if they aren't used in their most powerful way. And with that said, that is it for our video. Please comment down your own list or something I might have missed. Also, feel free to leave any video suggestions in the comment section below, but until next time, this is Hfmasters saying goodbye.